guys, welcome back to another episode. As you can tell, things have changed or even progressed. I'm back racing again, lo and behold, body's feeling good. I got a bike, I got a 450, got suspension, and the Queensland titles are up here at Mackay. So that's where we're heading right now. We're only about 20k from Mackay, cruising north. It's kind of a last minute decision to come and do it. It's kind of been on the back of my mind that I want to get ready for some racing. If you've been following my social media, you would realise that, you know, that's not a huge surprise. But yeah, I was kind of feeling alright. So we're heading up to Mackay, and you know, we're going to go racing for the weekend. We've got the family in tow, doing it exactly how I want to do it. Looking forward to the weekend, hanging out, going racing, get some gate drops. Looking forward to the challenge. It's been over a year now since I've raced, been behind the gates, but as you can tell, I've been doing a little bit of riding throughout time, so actually feeling pretty good. And I guess the biggest change for me is that my body's healed up really well. So I did get a bike back in early April when we're on our way to Alice Springs, and in that time from April till July, my body improved a lot, and I'm talking about my back injury. It improved a lot. So yeah, I've been back in the gym, I've been cycling, I've been running, my body's feeling really robust. And yeah, the thought of going racing again entered my head a couple of months ago, and I thought, well, I'm still young, I've still got opportunity, and I still really love riding and racing. So that's why we're heading up here. So we're going to bring you along for the ride, and you know, see how it all goes. Hoping for an epic weekend.
So what are we doing here?
Alright guys, it is actually still Friday afternoon. I just spent a few hours working on the bike. There's always a fair bit more to do on it than you realise. My spokes were really loose. Just general maintenance, looking over things like I did those front brakes. But I'm gearing up. Not seriously gearing up, as you can tell, but I'm just putting my gear on. I just want to measure the sag and record everything, just so I'm ahead of the game tomorrow. So here at the state titles, things move really quick after riders briefing. So I don't really like to be rushed. I want to make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row. So it's just easier today to gear up, check the sag, write everything down, and then you know in the back of your mind where your bike's at. So if you do need to make some changes on the fly through the day, you know where your baseline's at. So that's what we're doing right now. Throw my gear on, only takes 5 minutes. Get Renee to measure the sag for me. And yeah. Okay, 48, 108.
48, 108.
Oh, it's a bit low. How'd you go? Factory mechanic this weekend?
Yeah.
We've done the sag. We're good. Sweet. So what else I've done? Oh, brand new Dunlop. It's going to hook up. Love it. Look at it. 22 KTM 450. And here's my chief. Don't run away. Here's my chief brake expert. We've got it done.
It's got it working.
If it fails, it's on you.
There's no warranty.
Do you know why you geared up?
I was doing my sag, and I'm just excited for tomorrow.
Fair enough, gotta get
Excited.
ready for the race day.
Hey, Nady.
Gotta get ready for the race day.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Mini
The four musketeers. So it's getting late in the afternoon. I thought I'd just go have a look at the track. I was actually coaching here like 5-6 weeks ago, so I don't think it's going to be too different. Did a few laps on the 300, but I do like to focus on the start. Give it a good looking over, look at the gates, look at the mechanism, how that works, run some scenarios through my head about the start and how it goes. So on the gates here, and I'll suss it out. It's pretty short start straight, and it looks like the gates are pretty even, so probably somewhere around the box here, I would say, if you got a good qualifying. That way it gives you a little bit extra room out of the gate, and then the first corner's not that tight, so even coming a little bit wider can help. But gonna go up on one of these mounds and just kind of have a bit of a scope of the track, make sure nothing's changed in the last 5 weeks. So just checked out start. I walked down to the first corner as well. I always do that and try to link them together, because sometimes standing in the first corner gives you a different perspective of the start. So it definitely did today. So I actually walked down to the first corner and then back to the start gates again to suss it out, to work out where I want to be. So yeah, there is a split lane here, a little different to when I was coaching. So just going to suss this out, and then everything else pretty much looks the same. Pretty cool to be at a Queensland title. It's actually been 11 years. I think 2010 was the last time I competed at a Queensland title. So yeah, really cool. It's race day, baby!
Thank you. There you go, mate.
Can't wait.
Excited?
Fuck yeah.
It's a beautiful day, eh?
Oh, magic. I do love Queensland. P3. It's not too bad. It was Todd Turney than me. I think I was 1.3 off the lead.
1.6.
1.6. Yeah. I pumped up super bad. It's been over a year since I've been on a racetrack, and I know there's definitely more than that in mistakes. So I'm pretty happy actually. I did that lap with arm pump too. I just couldn't shake it. So it's pretty typical for me to get arm pump in practice. The only advantage at the Nationals is you get, you know, a super pole after that if you're in the top 5, and that always gave me time to shake out my arms, but it's not like that here. So yeah, typical in the morning, but I know I'll get better through the day. So yeah, I'm happy.
Awesome. No, it's good. Good, yeah. Good start to the day.
Wilson just makes a mistake here while he was in second. That's going to shuffle him back to our... So race leader now. The outside, he's going to get it done. So back up into third place. Certainly not. go still. Applying the pressure, looking hungry as always. Right back to the rear wheel again. He's found something in that back part of the track near the pit area. Ferris definitely closing the door. The Todd Waters using the outside, but a bit more momentum. Mark's trying to have a run on the inside, but Ferris using the outside. Nothing is good. Ferris is now applying a lot of pressure. The number 1 guy running on the outside. Todd Waters will see that the number 3 Ferris is right there. And don't expect Todd Waters to turn this thing up. That's what he does. He's close together. Todd Waters with a good look back there. Very well on hold. The outside works. Ferris to the outside. Todd back to the inside. And then just got the door in. Todd Waters are heading up the back of the side. Ferris does have the inside here. Look at that battle there. It's taken it off. Bends the line again. Todd Waters really starting to worry about what the Ferris is doing. Like a big look up the inside. Repeat the last week that we didn't have a lot of rock in the middle. Todd Waters moving down and down.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright. I just pumped up like lap 2 or 3. There's like bricks, man. I barely hang on, so I'm actually surprised I run with them. And I used to have more speed, like I kept having spurts of having to go at it. They taking the lead, but in the end I was pretty happy to just kind of stay on it, because like at any given moment, if something went wrong I wouldn't hang on to it because my arm was so pumped. But I guess first race back, it can happen. I think by tomorrow I'll be a lot better, so like it'd be nice to just be able to ride in a flow, you know, because I was hit stop and start and I was getting boosted the whole time. But over it, you know, second in my first race.
It's good.
Pretty
Yeah, it's
decent,
good.
you know, like, I'm happy I'm here because like I never even thought I'd race again. So yeah, really stoked. And yeah, I'll just try to shake the arm pump and everything for tomorrow, and we turn it into a better day, I think. So
that bottom end of the section, that like the first section, you're catching Todd through there, I reckon. He's faster through there.
I feel like there were spots where he was definitely good, where he was strong and I was just trying to hang on. And then through all the technical stuff, I seemed to gain on him through the middle. So yeah, if I can just hang on, I'll have a lot more speed. You know, like we were doing 36 in practice, and I didn't think the track was any much worse, and we were doing like 41s. So like, there's a lot of time we're giving away there, for sure.
So Dean, what are we doing?
Alright, so it is Saturday afternoon. I've got the first moto out of the way. Obviously it's pretty good, but I know I need to work on my bike a little bit. It's been limited preparation, as you can imagine. I only picked up a 450 a few weeks ago, picked up suspension and a shock last week, so I've had limited time on like grippy tracks. So I've got a fair bit of time. It's only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've borrowed a van, threw my bike in the back, and we've found a track here near, you know, only 20 minutes out of town. So I'm going to go testing this afternoon and just see if I get my bike set up a little bit better so I'm more comfortable tomorrow. So we're just going to be not huge changes, just changes to the geometry and stuff like that. Just to try to get me a little bit more comfortable. So it's pretty cool we've got this opportunity, because you know, Saturday is pretty short. Otherwise you're normally scrambling, trying to work out in the race, or you know, between races what you want to do to your bike. So instead of just worrying about it, I'm just going to go out and ride the bike and get it sorted for tomorrow. Alright, first things first, we're going to have to fill it back up and then check the sag and go from there. I pretty much want the front to be a little bit probably stiffer and higher. I felt like with how grippy the track was, it was pulling the front down a lot, and usually I'm the opposite. I want my bike really high in the front. So check the sag, check where everything's at. Probably going to drop the forks or even one on the preload going in on the compression, but I'll get a bit of feel for the track and might even get some lap times as we're going. That's usually how I like to test. So I'll gear up, put some fuel in. It's a little better. I want more though, so I'll go in on the compression here.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm going the right direction, just going stiffer on the forks. And kind of in at 9 on the compression now, so I've still got some room to move, but I'm going a bit on the compression, a bit on the preload, and now I just want to drop the forks just a couple of mil as well. And if it still turns good, it's definitely going to hold up a little bit more because it's going to take some weight off the front. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, and if it works, then I'll I think I'd be pretty happy with it for tomorrow. Alright, I think I like it. Definitely not ideal on the hard flat corners that we have out the back here, but the Mackay track's really grippy, a lot of ruts, a lot of support. So what I've done, drop the forks through 2 mil, one click on the preload, which is like half turn, and then 6 clicks on the compression. So now the bike's sitting up like this.
Team Ferris revs are on. We are set to go racing here this morning. And they've got 76 cars. And it's going to be crashing. Alright, here's car number 2. Guys, you get in there many cars. Crashing leads away on the number 5. The white channel will lead. Number 1. There it is.
Yeah, so I'll give you a rundown. Those changes we made yesterday, I went a bit too far with the front being high and hard. So we're pretty much splitting the difference. we're just going to bring the forks back up, that 2.5 mil, and actually just leave the flickers where they are, so it's somewhere in between, which is what I feel like I need. So yeah, third time lucky. So forks 2.5 mil up. Just going to check the sag, make sure it hasn't moved, it's still in range. So just putting on a fresh tyre for the last moto because the edge was gone on this old one, and look at the program, there's track prep, so I'm anticipating they're going to throw some water down, so it could be slick.
These little wheels, little suspension. Anticipated Nate Hargreaves. Can he make his way and run down the rear wheel, make a pass on a 450? That's the race to keep your eye on the 208 now. Great weekend, reps come up. Taking the outer wheel out of the way. And it looks like it's on the 5 lead. In the MS1 championship class. So it is a winner take all situation. Right behind us. And goes to stop of the yeah. Top of the track. Now trying to make the pass on that ground. So one and two, and this is the pedal royale.
Yeah, I'll pull that out and look in there. No. Must be a fuel pump or something.
Gotta make that mistake and now wants some water out. Has them ready. It's the winner take all. We've got to try and do that. Now getting himself into lap traffic, but he gets the last lap forward. Todd has got control of second to negotiate. Inside the lap. Really separated the riders in the final race. KTM 160 class. And it's going to be Aaron
It sounded something fuel. Something fuel. Those 2 laps I did, the bike run fine. I was still holding back over the jumps in case it did, but it didn't bog at all.
Had suspension go in those last couple laps?
Yeah, I was on track. The suspension's pretty decent.
It's a shame that you couldn't get a whole race end with it.
Yeah, it bogged off the gate, like I almost stalled it and it got going. Then around the first corner, going to the second corner, it bogged again and almost stopped. So it wasn't running. I thought I'd pull over and just prime it. I thought that's all I had to do, but it's something more serious than that. I don't actually know what's wrong with it, so I'm going to have to talk to some mechanics here and get to the bottom of it. Because can't have that happening again.
No.
But anyway, at least you got out there and got to test the suspension.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the right move.
Yeah, it was.
Where you went with the others.
Yeah. All right, it is Monday morning here in Mackay. We parked up at the track, stayed here the night, and I managed to get back onto the racetrack today, which is awesome for me because as you've noticed, I've just been chasing my tail with the setup all weekend just because it was like pretty much last minute to come here and race. So it's awesome. I get the racetrack and I've got a few hours where I could just spend a bit of time changing things and getting really comfortable with the bike. All right, so gonna go out, just warm up, get a bit of pace going on, and then start changing things. It's the first time I've been on a racetrack. The only practice I've really done has been on just dry, slippery tracks without any bumps. So of course it was going to be a steep learning curve for the weekend. All right, so that was a really positive day testing here at the motocross track. Really good. We learned a lot. We found some things with the bike which made it, oh man, tenfold better. It's kind of frustrating. A part of you really wanted that for the race yesterday or for the whole weekend. Renee's got some notes, so I'm going to put them in this video as well, but I'm pretty sure our base time was a 1:44 flat, and we kept doing one lappers. I'm pretty sure we did about 20 to 25 one lappers for the day. Just making small little incremental changes to the bike as we're going, trying to find what I really want in the bike, and also we cross-reference that with the lap time so we know we're on track, because sometimes your feeling is a little bit deceiving. You think you're on track, but then the lap time doesn't show that. So Renee was flat out on the stopwatch, and look, we're kind of in the zone, so that's why we don't have any footage of that happening. From there, from a 1:44 flat, we worked our way down. Even in the notes here, you'll find what we did, and we got down to a 1:39.9, which is really cool, and especially like comparing it from the lap times from the last motos yesterday, really good time. So, and I was comfortable on the bike, really comfortable, because I definitely wasn't all weekend. You would have seen that I had a lot of arm pump and stuff, but hey, we're live and learn. Stoked to be back racing. And look, I think I've tried to wrap up this video like 3 times now, but this one actually is a wrap. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and you're going to see a hell of a lot more riding from Team Ferris.
Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away.